Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to take a read-only domain controller and turn it into a standard domain controller. So I got my two servers up here. I got my server 1 and my server 2. My server 2 is the one that is a read-only domain controller right now, and we're going to go ahead and change that, alright? So we're going to go ahead and start off on server 2, and then we're going to open up a command prompt and then convert it into a PowerShell. So it's pretty easy to do. Just open up command prompt, type in PowerShell, and now we're in PowerShell. Okay. So now we're gonna want to type a command here. It's gonna be remove dash Windows features space DNS dash restart, and then enter. So I'm gonna go ahead and type it in, and I'll pause the video, and then I'll resume it when I got it all entered. Alright, so this is the command that we need to enter in to remove our DNS. And it's just remove dash Windows feature space DNS dash restart. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter. So now this is going to go ahead and remove the DNS feature from our server 2, because our server 1 is going to be handling all of our DNS, and it's going to restart once it gets over to 100%. Alright guys, so our server just got done restarting. So now the next thing that we need to do is remove the domain controller function. So we're gonna do the same step. Open up a PowerShell window and type uninstall -adds domain controller, and then hit enter. And this doesn't remove the role. What it does is demotes the server 2 back to me being a member server to server 1. So we're gonna go ahead and type that command in. So open up command prompt, PowerShell, and then we'll type the command. Alright, so here's a command that we need to enter in. So it's uninstall -adds domain controller. We're gonna go ahead and hit enter, and it's gonna ask us for a password. So you would enter in your administrator password or the password that you guys have set. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So this is going to go ahead and remove the function. You're just going to go ahead and click hit Y for yes to allow this to continue. Hit enter, and then it's going to remove the Active Directory domain controller and restart the server when it's done. Alright, so when we made our server 2 a read-only, or when we installed the Active Directory and DNS on our server 2, we changed our IP configuration. So what we need to do now is open up network connections and go and set our DNS and everything back to server, the IP of server 1, and make sure everything is aligned. We also had an alternate IP address that we're going to go ahead and get rid of. Alright, so what we're going to do is click on our Ethernet. So we have two Ethernet cards. This is just for VPN and having a separate network and stuff like that. So we're going to click on this Ethernet card right here. This is the one that we're going to be working with. Click on properties, IPv4, and this is what I'm talking about right here, that we changed our DNS server address. So we're going to delete this one, delete this, and then we're going to type in our server 1's address. So 10.11.1.2. So you just set it back to your server 1's address. Click OK, OK, and then close. And actually, I forgot to do one thing. Got to go back in there to properties, go to IPv6, and then we want to make sure that this is set to obtain DNS server address automatically. And then click OK, and then just exit out of there. Okay, we're done with that. So the next thing that we need to do is remove server 2 from the domain. So we're going to go ahead and right click on start, and then we're going to go to system, and then change settings, and now we're going to click on change, click on workgroup, And then in the work group, we're going to type in just work group, just like that. Then click OK. Click OK on the warning message. Just going to go through and configure this. And then it's going to want to restart the system, so just click OK. Close, and then restart now. Alright, so while this is restarting, we're going to go over to our server 1, and we're going to open up Active Directory users and computers. So tools, Active Directory users and computers, and then click on the domain controller or domain controllers once this opens up. Alright, so we're on domain controllers. And you want to make sure that you don't see server 2 or whatever your server name is listed under here. So mine was 411 server 2, and when we uninstalled those roles and those features, it got deleted from our Active Directory users computers from our domain controllers group. Okay, so if it's still there, just go ahead and delete it. So at this point, we're just going to go back into our server 2. We're going to log back in here. Alright, so our server 2 just got done restarting, and now what we're going to do again is open up a command prompt, and then open up PowerShell. Alright, so we have another command to enter in, and this one is just going to add this server back to the 411.1.local, which is my domain for my server 1. So let me go ahead and type that in. Alright, so this is this is the command that you guys are gonna have to enter in right here. Install ADDS domain controller domain name, your domain name. Mine is 411.1.local credential, and then in brackets get credential. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit enter, and then hopefully we did that correctly. That'll go through. Alright, awesome. So then you'll be prompted with this PowerShell credential box, and then you're just going to type in your password. I'm just going to go administrator, and then password. You type it in, and then you hit enter. So then that'll go ahead, and then you'll have to enter in your password over here as well. Okay, and then you go ahead and hit enter again, and it'll install the domain controller features and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pause it until it's done. Alright guys, and then when the role is done installing, it's going to go ahead and restart the server, and then that's pretty much it.